Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue that's been sending shockwaves through the world of daytime television, the controversy surrounding General Hospital, the long-running ABC soap opera, and its behind-the-scenes shakeup involving the character Michael Corinthos. What started as a casting change has now snowballed into a full-blown legal and PR crisis for the production team. And possibly a turning point in how daytime dramas handle long-term talent and backstage management. The controversy begins, Rory Gibson's arrival. Recently, Rory Gibson, known for his role on The Young and the Restless, confirmed he had signed a 3-year contract to play Michael Corinthos on General Hospital. The news brought mixed emotions from fans. Some were excited to see a fresh face and new energy in the role. But others, particularly longtime fans of GH, were outraged. Because this meant that Chad Duell, who had portrayed Michael for over a decade, was officially out. Chad Duell has been a staple on General Hospital since 2010. His portrayal of Michael, son of Carly Corinthos and AJ Quartermaine, later adopted by Sonny, has seen the character grow from a troubled teen to a central figure in the show's core family drama. Duell earned a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in 2015 and multiple nominations in the years following. His commitment to the role and the depth he brought to Michael made him a fan favorite. So why was he let go? Behind the curtain, tensions with executive producer Frank Valentini. Reports soon surfaced that Duell's departure wasn't his decision. It was the result of a heated behind-the-scenes argument with executive producer Frank Valentini. Insiders claimed the disagreement spiraled out of control during production meetings, allegedly over storyline directions and casting input. Valentini, known for making swift decisions when it comes to managing the show's direction, reportedly made the call to terminate Duell's contract even though the actor still had nearly 2 years left on his deal. This wasn't the first time Valentini had come under fire. In recent years, he's made controversial casting changes, many of which involved abruptly cutting veteran actors and replacing them with newer, often younger talent. While some of these decisions revitalized storylines, others left fans bitter, especially when beloved characters were written off with little explanation. The decision to drop Duell ignited a wave of criticism on social media. Viewers accused Valentini of being short-sighted and disrespectful to the actors who had helped build the show's legacy. In the eyes of many fans, replacing Duell with Gibson, no matter how talented Gibson may be, felt like a betrayal. Legal fallout. Chad Duell prepares to sue. The situation escalated further when sources close to Duell revealed he was preparing to sue General Hospital for wrongful termination. According to legal insiders, Duell had a binding contract with ABC and GH that included clauses preventing sudden termination without compensation, unless there was a clear violation of conduct. If his departure stems solely from creative differences, that wouldn't meet the standard for firing with cause. What complicates things even more is the rumored lack of negotiation. Apparently, Duell wasn't even offered a buyout or early release compensation, the studio simply cut ties. This opened the door for Duell to pursue legal action not just for breach of contract, but also for reputational harm and lost future earnings. Duell's legal team has remained tight-lipped, but reports suggest the lawsuit could demand a substantial financial settlement, possibly reaching into the millions. And it may not stop there. If Discovery reveals a pattern of abrupt dismissals, other former cast members could join a potential class action suit. Internal pressure mounts, Valentini on the chopping block? With Duell's lawsuit looming and fan backlash growing louder, ABC executives reportedly began re-evaluating Valentini's leadership. Although Valentini had been praised in earlier years for stabilizing the show's ratings and adapting to a changing TV landscape, his more recent tenure has been marred by controversy. The decision to replace so many core actors, especially without building proper story arcs to explain their exits, created an atmosphere of instability. In an apparent attempt to calm the storm, ABC insiders now say Valentini's days may be numbered. The network is said to be considering letting him go or reassigning him to a different project. Removing Valentini could serve as a symbolic gesture, a way to demonstrate to the cast and fans that the studio is listening and taking accountability. If true, this would mark a significant shift for General Hospital. Valentini has been at the helm since 2012 and was once hailed as the executive who saved the show from cancellation. His departure would be a massive restructuring move and could have ripple effects across the entire soap opera industry. Rory Gibson's dilemma, caught in the crossfire. Meanwhile, Rory Gibson finds himself in a tough spot. Stepping into a role with such history is difficult under normal circumstances, but doing so while fans are still grieving Duell's exit makes it even harder. Social media has already seen a split in opinion. While some viewers welcome the change and praise Gibson's performance, others criticize the decision and boycott Michael's scenes entirely. Gibson has remained professional and gracious in interviews, avoiding any comment on the controversy and focusing on the future of the character. Still, the backlash could hinder his ability to make Michael his own. Unless the show addresses the situation publicly and finds a narrative bridge that satisfies the audience, Gibson's portrayal might always be seen through the lens of the drama that brought him there. Fans react, a divide in the community. The General Hospital fandom is one of the most passionate in all of television, and this situation has sparked intense debate. Twitter, Reddit, and fan forums are buzzing with discussions about loyalty, storytelling integrity, and respect for long-serving actors. Many argue that actors like Duell, who gave over a decade of his career to the show, deserve better treatment. Others are more focused on the future, expressing hope that the legal drama doesn't overshadow the on-screen storylines. Some have even organized petitions and campaigns urging ABC to bring Duell back or at least offer a proper send-off. Hashtags like #JusticeForChad and #FireValentini trended on X, formerly Twitter, for several days following the news. What's next for General Hospital? As of now, General Hospital continues to air new episodes, with Rory Gibson fully stepping into Michael's shoes. But the behind-the-scenes tension shows no signs of cooling down. If Chad Duell's lawsuit goes forward, it could lead to public court proceedings that expose internal documents and communication between producers, writers, and ABC executives. Such transparency, while risky, might force the soap opera industry as a whole to rethink how it treats its long-term talent. There's also the question of whether the show can maintain its momentum. Viewers are already tuning in less during Michael's scenes, and unless new storylines captivate the audience, GH could face a ratings dip. A shakeup in leadership, especially if Valentini is removed, might also delay current arcs or rewrite major plots mid-season. And what about Chad Duell? Depending on the outcome of the lawsuit, he could return to daytime in another show, move to primetime, or even take a break from acting entirely. But for fans, he'll always be remembered as the definitive Michael Corinthos, and for many, no recasting can change that. The situation at General Hospital is far from over. What started as a casting change has revealed deeper issues about leadership, respect, and long-term planning within the world of daytime TV. As the legal process unfolds and the production team navigates intense scrutiny, one thing is clear. Fans care deeply about the people behind the characters, not just the roles they play. We'll be following this story closely in the coming weeks. Stay tuned to the channel for updates on Chad Duell's lawsuit, Rory Gibson's performance, and the possible shakeup in leadership at GH. What do you think about the situation with Michael, Chad Duell, and General Hospital? Next, we will dive deep into the dramatic fallout in Port Charles following two earth-shattering revelations during the week of May 26 to 30th. The return of Michael Corinthos to the sleepy yet scandal-ridden town has sent shockwaves through the community, while the bombshell about Gio Palmieri's true parentage has left hearts broken and relationships teetering on the edge. Buckle up, because the chaos is just beginning, and no one in Port Charles is safe from the emotional wreckage. From long-buried secrets to shattered trust, we'll explore the ripple effects of these dramatic developments with fresh perspectives, new twists, and intricate details about how the residents are grappling with the aftermath. Michael Corinthos' return, a catalyst for chaos. The unexpected homecoming of Michael Corinthos has turned Port Charles into a beehive of tension, speculation, and unresolved grudges. After years away, Michael strode back into town with an air of mystery, leaving everyone, from his family to old flames, wondering about his motives. His arrival on the eve of the 2025 Nurses' Ball was nothing short of cinematic, with whispers of a hidden agenda trailing him like a shadow. Some say he's back to reclaim his place in the Corinthos empire, while others suspect a personal vendetta against those who wronged him in the past. The once tight-knit family dynamics are now a tangled web, as Sonny Corinthos grapples with mixed emotions of pride and suspicion over his son's return. Meanwhile, Michael's ex, Willow Tate, finds herself caught in a storm of nostalgia and unresolved feelings, even as she tries to maintain her current life. The town is abuzz with theories, and local hangouts like Kelly's Diner are practically vibrating with gossip about whether Michael's presence will heal old wounds or rip open fresh ones. As the week unfolds, expect fiery confrontations at every turn, with Michael's cryptic remarks at a recent family dinner hinting at a secret project that could upend the power balance in Port Charles. The Gio Palmieri secret, a family torn apart. Perhaps even more explosive than Michael's return is the jaw-dropping revelation about Gio Palmieri's parentage, a secret so devastating it has fractured families and friendships alike. For years, the truth about Gio being the child of Dante Falconeri and Brooklyn Courtemain was buried beneath layers of deception, a painful decision made during their turbulent teenage years. The secret might have stayed hidden if not for Lulu Spencer, whose relentless quest for transparency led her to unearth this long-buried truth. On a fateful evening just before the Nurses' Ball, Lulu confided in Carly Spencer about her discovery, admitting she felt a burning need to set things right. Her decision to expose the secret, however, has come at a steep cost. Gio, now a young man trying to find his place in the world, has been thrust into the spotlight as the unwitting center of this storm. The pain in his eyes during a recent confrontation at the docks, where he learned the truth in front of half the town, was palpable, leaving viewers heartbroken for the boy who never asked for this chaos. This revelation isn't just about parentage, it's about betrayal, identity, and the heavy burden of secrets kept for far too long. As Gio struggles to process who he really is, the emotional toll on Dante and Brooklyn is equally profound, with each blaming themselves for the years they lost with their son. Lulu's role and the backlash that follows. Lulu Spencer, once seen as a moral compass in Port Charles, now finds herself at the center of a firestorm of criticism for her role in exposing Joe's parentage. While her intentions may have stemmed from a desire for honesty, her methods have left a trail of devastation. On the night of May 23, as she sat with Carly at the Metro Court, Lulu's determination was evident. She believed Dante deserved to know about his son, no matter the cost. But in her zeal to right a perceived wrong, she enlisted Cody Bell, a close confidant, to help push the truth into the open. Cody, though initially hesitant, ultimately supported her decision during a late-night conversation at the Courtemain stables, urging her to follow her instincts. Now, the consequences are raining down on them both. Dante, reeling from the shock of discovering he's a father, has directed his fury at Lulu, accusing her of robbing him of years with Gio out of sheer recklessness. The tension between them crackled during a heated argument outside the police station, where Dante's words cut deep, leaving Lulu visibly shaken. Beyond Dante, other key figures in town are turning their backs on her. Tracy Courtemain, a staunch supporter of family unity, has expressed profound disappointment in Lulu's lack of discretion, while Maxie Jones, usually a pillar of support, can barely hide her disgust at how Lulu and Cody handled the situation. The fallout is far-reaching, with whispers of Lulu being persona non grata at upcoming social events like the annual Courtemain picnic. Will she ever regain the trust of those she holds dear, or has she burned too many bridges in her pursuit of truth? Cody Bell's guilt and uncertain future. Cody Bell, caught in the crossfire of this scandal, is wrestling with a heavy burden of guilt for his part in the exposure of Gio's secret. As a relative newcomer to Port Charles with a rough-around-the-edges charm, Cody had built a fragile but genuine bond with many in town, including a budding romance with Molly Lansing Davis. However, his decision to encourage Lulu to reveal the truth during a moment of weakness while they mended fences at the stables has put all of that at risk. The weight of his actions became clear when he witnessed Gio's tearful breakdown at the park, a moment that left Cody questioning whether he should have stayed silent. Now, as word spreads, his relationships are crumbling. Brooke Lynn, who once considered Cody a trusted friend, has made it clear she wants nothing to do with him, her icy glare at a recent encounter in the hospital cafeteria speaking volumes. There's also the looming threat of professional repercussions. Working at the Quartermain stables, Cody's livelihood hangs in the balance as the family debates whether to cut ties with someone who contributed to their pain. Even his flirtation with Molly seems doomed, as she struggles to reconcile the man she thought she knew with the one who played a role in such a hurtful revelation. Cody's future in Port Charles looks bleak, and as he spends long nights alone at the local bar, nursing a drink in his regrets, one can't help but wonder if he'll find a way to make amends or if he'll be forced to leave town altogether. Shifts in social dynamics, outcasts and unexpected alliances. In the wake of these revelations, the social fabric of Port Charles is undergoing a dramatic transformation, with Lulu and Cody emerging as the town's newest outcasts. While they may not be entirely exiled, the cold shoulders and pointed whispers at places like the coffee shop and the hospital corridors are unmistakable. Longtime allies like Carly, Laura Collins, and Lucky Spencer are preoccupied with their own personal dramas. Carly with her ongoing business battles, Laura with civic unrest, and Lucky with a mysterious health scare, leaving Lulu without the safety net she might have expected. Despite warnings from multiple friends to tread carefully, Lulu pushed forward, and now even her staunchest defenders are hesitant to hold her hand through this crisis. Similarly, Cody's usual circle of buddies at the gym and the diner have grown distant, unsure how to navigate their loyalty to him versus their sympathy for Gio and Brooke Lynn. Amidst this isolation, a curious possibility emerges: could Lulu and Cody, bound by their shared role in this disaster, find solace in each other? Late-night conversations on the outskirts of town, away from prying eyes, hint at a growing camaraderie. Their mutual understanding of being shunned might forge a bond deeper than mere friendship. Rumors are already swirling about whether this shared predicament could spark an unexpected romance, especially if emotions run high during vulnerable moments. Imagine the scandal if these two crossed a line, adding yet another layer of complexity to an already messy situation. In Port Charles, where passions flare as easily as tempers, nothing is off the table. The Nurses' Ball fallout. A town forever changed. The 2025 Nurses' Ball, typically a glittering affair of charity and celebration, became the epicenter of Port Charles's latest implosion, serving as the backdrop for both Michael's dramatic return and the initial whispers of Gio's parentage secret. The grand ballroom, adorned with twinkling lights and elegant decor, was meant to be a place of unity, but instead, it hosted hushed arguments in dimly lit corners and tearful exits through the garden doors. Since that fateful night, the town's dynamics have been irrevocably altered. Families like the Quartermains are more divided than ever, with Brooke Lynn and Gio caught in the middle of loyalty conflicts and emotional turmoil. Dante, grappling with his new role as a father, has retreated into himself, avoiding even his closest confidants at the precinct. Meanwhile, Michael's return continues to stir the pot, as his ambiguous comments during the ball about settling old scores have left everyone on edge. Could he be planning a corporate takeover, or is there a personal grudge driving him? The ripple effects are evident in every interaction, from strained small talk at the grocery store to awkward silences at family dinners. The Nurses' Ball was meant to raise funds for the hospital, but it may have cost Port Charles its sense of community. As the week of May 26th to 30th progresses, expect more revelations to surface, each one peeling back another layer of deception in a town where secrets never stay buried for long. What lies ahead, redemption or ruin? As Port Charles navigates the turbulent waters of these twin bombshells, the question on everyone's mind is whether redemption is possible or if ruin awaits the key players. For Michael Corinthos, his return could be a chance to rebuild fractured relationships, but only if he reveals the true purpose behind his homecoming during an upcoming family summit at the Corinthos compound. Gio, the innocent heart of the parentage scandal, faces a long journey of self-discovery, potentially finding unexpected support in a mentor figure from the hospital staff who understands the pain of hidden truths. Lulu and Cody, now pariahs in their social circles, must decide whether to fight for forgiveness or lean into their newfound alliance, perhaps uncovering strength in their shared struggle during a poignant late-night encounter by the lake. Dante and Brooklyn, meanwhile, have a chance to bond over their shared love for Gio, but only if they can move past years of unspoken resentment, possibly through a mediated conversation at a neutral location like the community center. Every resident, from the powerful Quartermains to the everyday folks at Kelly's, is holding their breath, waiting to see if this town can heal from such deep wounds. The week ahead promises more twists, more tears, and perhaps a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos.